Rodney Bush near Nashville, Tennessee, in the city of Lebanon. Tonight I have with me Leslie, and I see Shannon's in the room, Shirley's in the room. We may have some other people join us or not, but I am recording. So if you don't want to be seen 100 times, just be aware. I had a lady come here one night and was putting on her lipstick. I'm thinking, you really want to be on camera doing that in my live meeting? But we're flexible. We laid back in this room. Shirley's been doing this with me for 30 years on and off. And Shirley, again, this is not about this company, but the last company we got in your first year or so, you made how much money?
Well, 46,000.
Huh?
46,000.
Right, that's it. That's all you can say for now. So we're going to keep moving because we're recording for purpose. The purpose is that I can show this to somebody later. Let's say that you get somebody interested in the business. I want to send them this recording if it's a good one. Let's make it a good one. We're not going to make it long, drawn out. I've known Shannon for 3, 4, maybe even 5 years now. And Shannon's doing what I said the other day. She was putting on her lipstick and Shannon's going to eat his pizza. But that's quite all right. You do as you wish. Let me tell you a couple things. First, Leslie's been in the business. Leslie, I'm going to ask you point blank questions. Where is she at? There you go. Okay, you're there. How many weeks have you been in the business?
2 to 3.
Okay. And let's celebrate. Today, just minutes ago, you got your first lead registered, right?
I did.
Well, congratulations. Having that first business on the books does matter. Welcome Vivian to the room. Vivian and I, like other people, like Shirley, go back 30 years-ish and have done very well in business. So welcome. We are recording, Vivian, and you look nice tonight. I know you were in a meeting earlier, and I was with Rally, which is the name of this room. That's another conversation. But a lot is going on in my business life, and I'm really pouring on the energy into making sure that, one, that I know what I'm talking about. And two, there's 2 or 3 things that matter to me in the the Revolution roofing business. One is that someday, well, I don't know what day, I plan on registering an actual roof that needs to be repaired, whether it be commercial or residential. That's option and opportunity number 1. The second option is you bring on people who either A, find jobs, or B, never find a job, or maybe 1 a year, 2 a year, but bring on other people who find jobs. The bottom line is somebody's got to find jobs, right? For this to work for anybody. You got to find jobs, roofing jobs. So I know it's like, and again, I'm not going to do interviews tonight, but I know when I first talked to Shirley about this very briefly, and she said the key word that is the magic in any business, in that what she said was something like, I know someone who, and fill in the blank. It don't matter what the rest of that is. So I am kind of moving along pretty quickly because I'm recording. I don't want this to be long for recording. I'm going to cut it down to 10 minutes or less for the recording. Then we'll keep going into Q&A after that. But one of the things that I talked about today is I met Tony Swantek, who is he's the owner of, principal owner, or maybe node owners are only owners of Rally, which is blockchain. It's a big story. But this guy named Tony Swantek, who did $10 billion in business in about 2 years, put a couple $1 billion in his pocket. He was already a multi-millionaire. Here's the one thing I want to leave with us to think about, Shannon and Vivian and Leslie and Shirley and Alex is here now, is this. My principal job in my marketing business is doing one primary thing, and that is sorting people and making contacts of somehow, don't matter how. In fact, I just started another group in Facebook. Well, I love starting groups in Facebook for some reason. But I started a group called Follow My Lead. And we're going to talk about leads in that group. We're going to have discussions about what did you do? How did you do it? And there is so many ways with AI. There's so many ways with modern systems. There's so many ways with word of mouth. It's like me. When I first realized that this was something I would actually agree to do, I did a few things. One, I looked up who is Clint Robertson, this person who was with HGTV, Home and Garden Television. Who is this guy that was on The Apprentice, who became a celebrity on The Apprentice? He was a runner-up on The Apprentice. I wanted to know who I'm in business with. I knew about this the originator of the marketing, which is Paul Michael. I knew about I'm going to call him Mr. W, who's out in the field doing work now. And I grounded myself to, one, find out who are we? Who are they? Do I trust myself? Do I want to put energy into this? And 6 weeks ago, I made the decision. Nobody registered before 6 weeks ago. That was day one. I think it was around the 15th of January this year. So the marketing side of this, brand new. Now, the background, you're going to learn tonight at the next call, which starts in 52 minutes, which is the corporate call. Mr. Robertson is going to be on the call, and you're going to be able to hear from him directly. The one thing I challenge you to do if you haven't done it yet is go to YouTube, type in Boise, B-O-I-S-E, Boys, and look up the channel. Look up what they did on HGTV. You can see clips of some of the shows. And the reason I say this is understand that he is much respected. And what they do behind the scenes primarily is they've been doing it for a long time. They improve properties, and they improved them in I'll call it a magical way. This is not what I heard somebody say earlier is we're not cheap. We don't use cheap products. We're not going to use cheap materials for roofing repairs or any other repairs, which is important to understand too about other repairs. But this company that stands before us, when they do a job, they're going to do it right. They're going to do it with the right materials. It's going to be the right price for those materials. And also, there's going to be warranties that they give that are longer than most, solid warranties. If people can't afford the job or if their insurance doesn't pay for the job for some reason, then we have financing. So here's what you can say if you're brand new. You can say, I'm working with Clint Robertson of HGTV's Boise Boys. Have you ever heard of Boise Boys? You listen, learn, see what they say. If not, tell them. Then tell them a little bit about that. And then you tell them that he was also on The Apprentice. He was a runner-up on season 10, I believe it is, 9 or 10. And he is one of the co-owners of this company. So for the sake of keeping this short, this is an introduction. This is your opportunity, whoever you are, to do one of two things, or you can find roofing jobs as low as a roofing job maybe on a house. That's fine. Smaller commercial properties, even large commercial properties. One of the first jobs in REVO roofing right now is in Texas, and it's half a mile long. It's either $2.5 or $3.5 million. You'll hear that again tonight on the corporate call, most likely. They've got a crew of 40 people out there working, and I am a numbers person. There's somebody who registered in the company, some people call it sign up, and they registered somebody else who went and got this job. And the person who got this job is going to be making around $3,000 a week for a year or more. And do you know that on our commission plan, if you don't know it yet, you can write this down. It's really easy to remember. 10%, 5%, 3%, 2%. That's all you got to remember. 10, 5, 3, 2. What does that mean? It means when you get a job, anybody who gets a job, let's say let's use $1 million. Maybe you got 10 jobs, $100,000, but it's $1 million. Maybe that's the whole year for you. Maybe you got $1 million of business in a year. And $1 million is the price of the project. So after the project's completed, what we're told is we're going to get a minimum. What's going to happen is going to be a minimum profit of about 25%, but it can be higher, 30%, 35%. But we'll use the 25% just for this example. 25% of $1 million is $250,000. And if you're commissioned, if you're the one getting paid the 10%, 10% of $250,000 is $25,000. What if you're not that person? Like in this other example I gave you, what if you're that person that referred somebody who got the job? They're going to get $25,000, and you're going to get 5% or half of that, or $12,500. You can relate to that, Shirley. You know what it's like to find somebody who also can come in and do business, and you get a healthy residual or commission check or whatever it might be. Not to go into any more numbers deeper. What I want everybody to know is, one, we're solid. We got solid people behind us. And again, tonight, at 9 o'clock Eastern, which for now, every Tuesday at 9 o'clock Eastern is our corporate opportunity call where you hear the story about who we are, why we're here, what we're doing, why we're doing it. And tonight, very specially, this is February 24th, we're going to be hearing from Clint Robertson of Boise Boys. There's another new show. You'll hear all those details. So what I do now in our meetings at this time is I'm going to stop the recorder so I can send this to other people and let them listen. So hold on just for a moment.